So whenever it feels like, man, I'm just not really clear right now. I was clearer than this before. I know I was. What's happened there is that awakeness has believed the first thought again. And the first thought is what? I'm a Praveen. And the moment there is the acceptance of an illusory Praveen, then the other side comes in, which is, I'm a Praveen and there's something wrong here. Why? Because everything's not going Praveen's way. It should be. I just know it. I can feel it. Everything should be going my way. People should be admiring me and trusting me and everything, because after all, I'm the coolest one and I am the one that's always right. And that's just kind of a thing. It has nothing to do with a trumped up ego. That's just what ego does, right? And until it doesn't, it just claims it claims a false birthright, because ego is not actually born. We can't point one out. We can't weigh one. We can't measure one. It's just like the character. The character is really just a series of patterns that somehow come together and work cooperatively. And ego really is the same thing. There's no Praveen's ego, because there's no Praveen. But there is a sense of Praveen, and that's the ego. The sense of Praveen. And when there's a sense of Praveen, there's a sense of things should be going my way. And I notice they're not, and that's wrong. And the thing is, in the absence, if you can for just a moment, and I know you can do this because I've seen you wake up, just for a minute, put Praveen aside. Just put the whole Praveen belief to the side for just a minute. And I want to talk to you. And let me ask you, awakeness, can you find anything wrong here right now?
No.
What would you have to do in order to find something wrong here?
It's all Praveen's problem.
Yeah. You'd have to invent a Praveen, wouldn't you? That's the same thing that's happening over here, is that no Fred, no problem. But with Fred comes a host of problems. They're just never ending. And there's a host of desires, and that's never ending too, because these units, because there's no one in there. The pattern is that things are unsatisfactory, and our illusion is that we can shut that up by filling it up, but it's a bottomless pit. You can't do it. So you can't pray enough, you can't meditate enough, you can't inquire enough, you can't scratch your back enough, you can't get enough new pairs of shoes or anything like that. You're just how to say it? It's these units are unsatisfiable because there's no one inside to be satisfied. And the body is long ago satisfied, actually. The body is, because the body requires what? It requires food, water, shelter, and then if it's got a little bit of luck, it will also find itself with company, and with some kind of little crowd, or even just one best friend, whatever. And so we have to go back, and we have to remember Fred's four noble truths. But several mine are not noble truths. That was Buddha's. Mine are the ignoble truths.